Rant about Janelle. After rewatching the show, I'm genuinely baffled by how foolish Janelle is. She constantly claims to be the smart and logical one in the group, yet she repeatedly allows herself to be taken advantage of at the expense of her children. A truly intelligent and logical person would not let themselves be used financially and physically without some sort of legally binding contract. From what I've read, Janelle's family was quite wealthy and she was financially independent, owning her own house in her early 20s. She was also stunning in her youth and could have easily married a better man. Instead, she got caught up in a Mormon cult that brainwashed her into thinking it was a good idea to let a man get her pregnant multiple times with no legal commitment, work full-time to pay his bills, and go along with all his poor financial and business decisions. I feel a lot of sympathy for Mary and Christine because they were raised in this religion and heavily indoctrinated, but Janelle had a more normal upbringing. So why buy into the nonsense when it's so obvious she was going to get the short end of the stick as the second wife working full-time? When she cries about having zero assets, I don't feel bad because she put herself in a situation where Kody could rely on her for physical intimacy but not financial support. I think logical in this context meant not having emotional outbursts rather than the actual ability to use logic. Janelle has a steadier demeanor than the other wives, but that doesn't mean the others are wrong for being more fiery. It just means Janelle was a contrast. It's similar to Kody using the word respect when he really means obedience. I don't understand her defenders who say she's so brilliant yet somehow managed to be completely swindled by Kody and Robyn, who are clearly not the sharpest tools in the shed. Janelle is terrible with money. I admit I'm not great with finances either. I've definitely splurged on clothes when I should have saved. The difference is I don't have 6 kids to provide for, nor do I go on national television claiming to be a financial guru. Seriously, what is she thinking? And it's not like Kody swindled her. Remember when he told her to buy a house and she spent $75,000 on a trailer instead? Now she cries on TV about being a 50-year-old woman without anything to my name. Really? Because women in that kind of financial situation aren't usually giving hundreds of dollars a month to RFK Jr., as someone mentioned recently. Is Kody making her do that too? Make it make sense. I also think Janelle has low self-esteem. She's often labeled as the smart one, but she really isn't. I taught technical and business writing for years, and if she had any real business or technical skills, she wouldn't have let their business plan look like a freshman group project. She saw that the closet business was losing money, but backed out and let Kody bully her back in because Robyn was upset. Janelle is a coaster. She knows things but doesn't apply her knowledge effectively. She even filed for bankruptcy, and while I understand that sometimes people have no choice, she was supposedly the brains behind their finances. Plus, not having insurance for the kids was not a smart move. It seems like she just didn't push herself beyond her job. Her energy was spent on her 9 to 5, and once she got home, her brain checked out. Christine had a lot more sense but just needed guidance. Janelle genuinely didn't seem to care much about anything, even her kids, which is why Christine ended up raising them. Janelle admitted to going out and watching movies during the day to avoid being home. People often see Janelle as strong and independent because she doesn't play ditzy or sweet. This cult is quick to keep women undereducated and submissive, so having an opinion or speaking up is seen as independence and strength in that environment. The only ones with any real smarts in that family are the children. I get it. Compared to the others, Janelle might seem a bit brighter. But, and it's a big but, they come from the Mormon Church, which has ignorance built into its beliefs that prevent clear critical thinking. A lot of people criticize Mary for her loyalty to Kody despite how he treated her for years. She was easily manipulated by a catfish, which made her vulnerable to emotional manipulation, but she's objectively the smartest financially. She started her business early, yes, an MLM, but she made good money from it and bought her own property, which has been a lifeline for her. Maybe she benefited from Kody icing her out earlier than the other women, but she stuck around until the last possible moment. Let's not forget they were in a cult. Smart people can get sucked into cults. Without Mary, the family's finances would likely have been worse. She believed the family would stay together forever, transcending even into the afterlife. She didn't anticipate separations and divorces or Kody and Robyn screwing her over financially. She probably spent many years in denial about what was inevitable. I hate when people equate emotional repression with logic. Just because you don't openly connect emotions with your motivations doesn't make you logical. That's the case with Janelle. Just because she didn't have outbursts like the other wives doesn't mean she's logical. It's just being quiet. Janelle has always used the "I'm the financially responsible and smart one" act to one-up her sister wives, but Mary seems more financially responsible. Whatever we know about Janelle being smart, logical, practical, etc., she has told us herself. She may have convinced herself of these qualities to rationalize how Kody treated her, that she didn't need the kind of affection the other wives received, and to see herself as a financial asset to Kody. In the end, it was clear she wasn't being treated as well as Robyn, and she wasn't as logical and financially savvy as she thought, leaving her with a failed marriage and no assets. It's sad because she clearly didn't feel she deserved affection or the kind of love Kody gave Robyn. She felt she had to be an asset to Kody to remain part of the family. I wish instead of a tell-nothing, we get a host who asks the tough questions. Janelle used her inheritance to buy the Lehigh house and supposedly cashed her $401K to pay off Robyn's debts in Vegas so they could qualify for the mortgages. How did she end up with nothing? When they were applying for the Vegas homes, Janelle claimed she always made the most money. During the polygamy panel, she stated she doesn't share her paycheck with Kody. Janelle says Mary is loyal to a fault, which is true, but Janelle doesn't realize she is stubborn to a fault. Even after everything she's been through, she's still ready to pour her hard-earned money into another polygamist family. She would never admit that polygamy doesn't work because she left friends and family who tried to save her, insisting she was right. She always thought she had it figured out, that the key was to be romantically aloof in the relationship. But then she saw Robyn being romanced and, even better, respected more than herself. That's when she realized her mistake, though she would never admit it. Clearly, she's never checked out the relationship advice sub on Reddit. Janelle is not unique. Plenty of smart people with low self-esteem and self-respect do stupid things against their own self-interest in the name of being loved by awful people. I don't feel sorry for her either. There's a pattern where Kody finds women to use. Janelle had money, which he liked. Christine's grandpa was the AUB prophet, which he liked. Mary made a lot of money, so he kept her around. Robyn was good at stroking his ego, so he decided to keep her too. Kody is a major user. Janelle was not financially smart. She tries to convince us she is smart and logical while being completely foolish. Now her land, along with Mary's, is held hostage by Kody and Robyn. But Robyn's land is safe. Janelle claims to do everything for her kids, but when Hunter was hurting during the Vegas move, he was told to get over it on camera. No one got him therapy or even talked to him about what was going on. He just stayed in his room, withdrawn. It's so sad. They took everything from the kids and treated them poorly over and over. Robyn still treats Hunter like crap because he didn't lick her boots. Gabe struggled with the Flagstaff move, and no mental health services were offered, as far as we know. Kody didn't know Gabe was finishing school early. Janelle didn't confront Kody about not being active in their lives. She just let Kody be and took whatever table scraps she could get and was fine with it. She is low effort. Even when she was selling the Vegas homes, Janelle didn't put much effort into it. They should have listed one at a time, brought in a professional stager for each house, and held proper open houses. The marketing was lackluster. When we sold ours, our realtor used drone photos, 3D walkthroughs, and extensive marketing, resulting in 22 offers, at the height of the market, of course. They were all raised to give everything for the good of the family. I think Janelle was aware of the risks, but believed Kody's lies that the four of them would be a family forever. If you believe the religion, you're literally married for eternity. I'm sure many divorced women wish they had kept more resources for themselves, but that doesn't make them idiots. Janelle kept the family from ruin and was financially smart in doing fewer stupid things than the others to support everyone. However, she was not personally smart because none of her decisions benefited or protected herself or her children. If her end goal was personal security and ensuring her children were taken care of, she'd probably have done very well. Her goal was to secure a better life for the whole family, using her work and income to benefit everyone. That could work if everyone else was pulling in the same direction and doing their part. But she was working against a bunch of spenders, Kody's crazy decisions, and Robyn, who is dead weight, along with her family of takers rather than contributors. Christine and Miri worked to meet their own needs and their kids' needs. Kody and Robyn didn't really work, so nothing was balanced. However, if the family had turned out the way Janelle envisioned it, in her casita on CP with all the kids, grandkids, wives, etc., she would have been happy with the outcome, even if she had financed Robyn and Kody's lives the whole way. Janelle thought she was better because material things didn't interest her, making her believe she was smart, practical, and good with money compared to the rest. But that was also her downfall. She never noticed that she was the only one acting as if the whole family depended on her to make good decisions, save money, pay down debt, etc. Religious abuse and trauma are real. Smart, logical people do dumb and illogical things when they've been brainwashed to think a certain way. We have to remember that these women are all victims of religious abuse. Unfortunately, victims often perpetuate abuse toward their children without realizing it. I think Janelle just had the best paying job. In the beginning, it was all money in the pot, and they barely got by, broke and in debt. So she was seen as important and part of the team. It was hard for her to break that idea and realize she was being taken advantage of. Many people are book smart, but not street smart. I have so many issues with Janelle. She let Kody manipulate her. It's very clear she has always been infatuated with him. She joined the cult with the sole purpose of marrying her ex-sister-in-law's husband. She paid for the Lehigh house and chose to abandon it because Kody wanted to move to Vegas. She wants to portray herself as this easygoing wife, but in reality, she's so into Kody that she chooses him over her own kids' well-being. I feel bad for her kids. She followed Kody to Flagstaff and gives her money to him and Robyn with the hopes of building on the land. I'm sure she's still thinking they'll eventually build on it. She's a fool, and she did it all for a worthless husband who clearly chose Robyn and her kids over his own. I don't think Janelle is any smarter than the others. If I had to pick one, I'd say Christine is the smartest. Janelle's weight might have made her take on the smart or nice personality role. At the beginning of the show, that was the part she wanted to play. But let's be real, if any of them were actually smart, they would have gotten out of polygamy a long time ago or never entered it. They're all foolish, really. I don't think Janelle is the smartest, but I do think she is the most laid back and frugal. She's not as aggressive as Miri, as needy as Christine, or as controlling as Robyn. She has always chosen her battles wisely and is very mindful of what she says and does on camera until recently. In hindsight, the RV was a huge mistake. But at the time, she had to leave her rental, didn't want to buy Christine's house, and has always had a love for trailers and camping. Coming out of COVID and dealing with Kody's behavior, she was likely looking for something new and different. What's astonishing is that it seems neither she nor the other wives were aware of the amount of money Kody and Robyn were siphoning from the family account for jewelry, overpriced artwork, and to pay off Robyn's monthly credit card bill. They all should have been aware of this and taken steps to ensure that any money withdrawal required 2 signatures, and not Robyn's. Her dedication to the religion also appears to have led her to make many poor decisions that her logical mind wouldn't have made. Robyn always looks miserable because she is. As a stepmom, one thing you have to accept when marrying someone with kids is that your relationship comes second to their relationship with their children. It can be tough, but it's part of the deal. However, like the classic evil stepmother, Robyn didn't care about Kody's other kids and systematically undermined them to replace them with her own children in his affections. She did the same with the original 3 wives, keeping them around only as long as it benefited her financially. It's no coincidence that she fought for Mary's relationship with Kody but not Janelle's. Both made good money through NLM, but Janelle and Kody had a genuine connection that Robyn couldn't compete with. Kody hadn't loved Mary for years, so keeping Mary around allowed Robyn to benefit from her money without threatening her own relationship with Kody. It was only when Mary finally left him, leaving Robyn alone with Kody, that she realized Kody wasn't the prize she thought he was. It's not as enjoyable when there's less money coming in and no one left to undermine. She looks miserable all the time because she is. I feel like Robyn specifically wanted the polygamous lifestyle to benefit from it in various ways. Joining an established plural family meant she would have multiple breadwinners, built-in babysitters, playmates for her children, older wives she could outshine, and a husband too preoccupied to notice her manipulations. In this family, she not only got all that but also became the favorite wife and managed to become the legal wife, quietly lording it over the others. I'm sure she's miserable now that the other 3 wives have left because many truths will come to light with no one else to blame or throw under the bus. Financially, it paid off for her. She was deep in debt, broke, and wanted nice things. Now she lives in a big house, her kids are getting college educations, and she buys whatever she wants. Do they live within their means? Absolutely not. Is Kody a prize? Definitely not. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. You summed up what many of us have been thinking for a long time. I honestly believe, on some level, it was like a game to Robyn. Now that she's won, she realizes the prize was never worth the effort. Watching the show, it was obvious to me and other viewers what Robyn was doing. Yet, she will forever see herself as the victim, and so will Kody. They are a fascinating study in narcissism and psychology. It would be interesting to get an update from anthropologists who studied them when they were in Vegas. Many people who always portray themselves as victims truly believe they are. They can't comprehend that they contributed to their current circumstances, so they see themselves as victims of others. It's almost a form of protection. Being a victim is preferable to confronting their own responsibility. I don't think Robyn wanted the family to break up or to become the only wife. She seemed to want the most benefits for herself and her kids. Kody was the price she had to pay to get out of debt and gain funds. Driving the others away wasn't her goal. I actually believed her when she complained about Kody being at her place all the time. He's annoying, and having to be in customer service mode 24/7 must be awful. I'd also agree that Robyn's efforts to keep the other wives around reflected how threatened she felt by their potential to influence Kody. She made no effort with Janelle because she knew Janelle had the strongest connection with Kody, and reconciling them would have been challenging for her. Robyn showed more concern when Christine left because she understood Kody's jealousy and resentment towards Christine. She tried hardest with Mary because Kody seemed emotionally detached from her, offering Robyn only advantages in keeping Mary around. I've been watching Dr. Honda on YouTube analyze the series from the beginning, And he's pointing out numerous red flags from the day Robyn entered their lives that I didn't notice at the time. It's fascinating to hear a couple's therapist's perspective. It's almost like he predicted it. Robyn seemed eager to be seen as the cool, young mom to the original 13 kids, wanting their favor more than Kody's. However, she didn't anticipate that these children were real people with emotions, not just characters in her idealized scenario. I think she also expected to be admired as the hot stepmom. She assumed the older boys would be charmed by her, but when they weren't smitten, she struggled to connect with them. You're absolutely right. As a stepmom myself, if my husband didn't prioritize his kids, I wouldn't respect him or have married him. We've been happily married for 28 years because we all prioritize love and respect in our family dynamic. I believe Robyn is miserable. She knows Kody is a narcissist and understands she must constantly praise him, cater to him, and agree with him to get what she wants. With the other wives gone, she's now dealing with him 24/7. Kody's dramatic nature might be wearing on her, as she used to break it up into smaller sessions when the other wives were around. They put up with his behavior for too long, but now they're free, and I'm sure that feels amazing. Robyn, as Christine noted, thrives on drama. Without anyone around to engage in drama with, she's probably bored out of her mind. I don't think Kody will ever leave Robyn, but if she found another man, she'd likely leave Kody in a heartbeat. She might already be planning her escape. Dealing with Kody's behavior just from watching him on TV exhausts me. Imagine handling him in real life. However, Robyn likely feels deserving of it all, having played a significant role in the family's turmoil. You reap what you sow. I wonder if Robyn ever pretends she has diarrhea just to hide in the bathroom for a brief respite. I can imagine her behind all those boxes downstairs, praying Kody won't find her. Like others, I've sadly watched the show more than once, catching random episodes. Lately, I've started to understand Robyn more. Some of the older OG kids weren't kind to her children, which became concerning. It's understandable why she started separating them. While I'm not on Team Robyn by any means, I do find myself sympathizing with her currently. Could you provide examples of the concerning behavior? I don't recall anything beyond typical sibling disagreements, but I'm open to correction. What stood out to me was how often Robyn took the kids' actions or words personally. She struggled to grasp that their experiences and perspectives might differ from hers. Despite everything, I do feel some sympathy for Robyn, mainly because Kody has undergone such a drastic personality change since they married. It can't be pleasant being around someone so consistently angry and bitter. I doubt she feels she can leave him, so she's likely feeling trapped.